It's 1949, and the Italian Empire has been officially dissolved with the birth of the First Italian Republic. Historically, Italy would be governed by the Christian Democratic Party, facing opposition primarily from various socialist factions, but continue to maintain strong relations with the West, becoming one of the first members of NATO and the EU. However, the Free City of Trieste would ignite tension between Italy and Yugoslavia, but despite ideological differences, the issue would be resolved peacefully. From here, the Italian Republic would scrape by into the modern era, presenting us the Italy we see today. But here, in this game, things are going to go a little differently. I attempted to restore the Italian colonial empire during the Cold War, restoring the monarchy, fixing elections with the mafia, and arming against both the Eastern and the Western superpowers. And I would form an alliance with a like-minded country, aimed at dominating both Europe and Africa. Hi. I'm Colonel Cam, and welcome to 27 years as the Kingdom of Italy in the Cold War, the Iron Curtain. Hello guys, yes, you heard that right, 27 years, so grab some popcorn or something, I don't know, whatever you like to eat, sit back and relax, like and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. We are playing Italy, the Italian Republic. Now, I chose this nation because I haven't actually played a country in NATO in this mod before, so we're playing a country in NATO. As you can see, we got the NATO member national spirit over here, giving ideology drift defense, so it's going to be hard to switch to the ideology that I want to do. Organized crime problems, yes. With the Americans working with the mafia definitely did no good for our country. We also have the option to leave NATO, which I'm not going to do right now because it's very beneficial to us, but in the future, when we want to switch ideologies, I think it's very good. I also got a new microphone. Let me know if this sounds okay. I don't know, I gotta like configure the settings on it. It's very complicated. This is the focus tree, by the way. I had a quick look at it. It looks like a bunch of elections. Now, this is like the main decision point here where we got the 1953 elections, and you can go down like left wing, you can go down center and right wing. The Italian economic miracle. Look at this. Apparently it's a miracle that our economy is not that bad, apparently. We get industrial park construction speed, which is exactly what I'm building right now. 20 divisions. Our army stands at 200,000 to begin with, you know? We've been entrusted with a decent army after World War II. Would you look at that? Can you believe that? Well, to be fair, the Italians did switch sides. We've also got 99% war support, which is a bit surprising considering it's only 1949, but they're probably all angry at Yugoslavia for Trieste. We have a claim on it. But do Yugoslavia have a claim on it or something? Are we like fighting over this land, Trieste? I would argue that our starting situation is quite good considering what happened to Germany. How am I doing on economy? Really good. Monthly balance, 13 billion. I decided to increase my spending on welfare because it gives industrial park construction speed, which is basically just the civilian factories of this mod. I also increased the spending of the education system, as this increases office park construction speed, which then contributes to our GDP, which we desperately need to increase considering Yugoslavia has a higher GDP than us. Oh my god, Yugoslavia have a higher GDP than us? These are some dark times. Oh, these are some dark times. What's their military like? 29. Jeez, okay, they're stronger. Can we invade Ethiopia again? Oh my gosh. We can't justify on them. I don't know why I'm in such a rush. The third Italo-Ethiopian war is coming, guys. Don't worry. Advocate. Oh, look at this. Everyone loves us. Advocate European unity. Yeah, we'll advocate European unity. We control Europe. How about that? Roman Empire once again. That's the European unity I'm talking about. I forgot I had it on non-historical, so I was surprised when I saw France switch. France! France! What are you doing? They've just got Marxist-Leninist. They've left NATO. Oh, we just took Corsica. I just realized. Things are looking pretty good already. We've got an isolated France and we've annexed Corsica. That's our first bit of land returning to the empire already. All right, we've condemned communism. They won't like that. That's kind of fitting. They just went socialist and we've just condemned communism. The focus tree isn't particularly interesting right now. It's all just a bunch of economy stuff. We got down to the last focus though, which is pretty good. Anyway, the Korean War begun and I sent some volunteers over to help South Korea. Not that we'd make any difference. Or at least try and hold like that when they eventually get there. Alright, we're going to modern education. Am I going to get absolutely destroyed on money now? Yeah. So I switched back. We had modern education for like 3 days. However, there was big news because France completely cut ties with Algeria. The People's Democratic Republic of Algeria has been declared. Are they part of the French faction still? No? Wow, that's big for
for the French, right?
France are self-destructing this game. I don't know what's going on. But I increased my tax rate to 45% because I can.
Yeah, our next election is April 1953. And that is when we do this focus, and we can either go Popular Democratic Front or Coalition of the Democratic Centre Victory. And then from there, we can either go right, centre, or whatever that is.
There is no right-wing path just yet. We've just overthrown Mussolini, so it would make sense why there wouldn't be, but it would actually turn up in the next focus tree. So for now, we just gotta stay towards the center and avoid going socialist at any cost. Anyway, it's 1953 right about now, and it's time for the election.
Go Coalition of Democratic Centre Victory. So this path does look really good. There's like some stuff with Yugoslavia though, so I gotta come back to this because like I can definitely make a whole nother video where I just go down communist or Marxist-Leninist instead of this one. But this is also good. The Pella government.
I also discovered that if you influence a country enough, you can puppet them through the decisions tab, so I decided to start influencing Switzerland. I know I have to get 5 times their GDP as well, which I don't have, but I will get it, okay?
Okay, it's 1954, and I didn't see this before, but I've just realized we have the German Reich. Third position Germany under Gunther Becker. This guy, bro, look at all these bonuses. They're making a return? Are we going to have, because I'm planning to go right wing as well, are we going to have the old Axis back?
That would be insane, but I think Germany would be a bit of a liability for me, considering they would drag us into a war with the Soviets. So it's unlikely I will anytime soon, but we'll see.
Austria has been divided. Republic of Austria, Austrian Democratic Republic.
Anyway, it's about time we address one of our issues, the issue of Trieste.
The Trieste issue. Now, this is the issue with Yugoslavia. I don't know what event this will be. After many years of reconstruction in both the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia and the Republic of Italy, the time has come for the matter of concerning the Free Territory of Trieste. Both the Italian and Yugoslav governments, with the aid of the United Nations, are hopeful to reach an accord regarding their continued policy towards Trieste. Deploy troops to the Yugoslav border. Yeah.
Things were heating up and it was time to call for negotiations, and I was not going to back down.
Yugoslavia would get the countryside and we'd get the city. Do we allow the split or do we want both parts? We want both parts. That's what we want. Let's go. Threatening from Yugoslavia, no unification of Trieste.
It seems Yugoslavia did not want to back down either, and at this point I was hoping for a war. I genuinely think I can beat Yugoslavia, so I decided to double down and see what they would do.
The unification of Trieste. We just took it? Luckily it didn't escalate. After new talks in London, Yugoslavia has decided to back down and signing the London...
Because of our success in Trieste, I'm full of rhymes today. I'm saying so many rhymes. Because it worked out, we then could establish the centre-right coalition.
This gives me third position monarchism support, and then at the end also it abolishes anti-fascist laws, which I think would be good. If in the future, with these elections, we might...
By now I had influenced Switzerland quite a bit, that I managed to coerce them into a military deal. Some sort of mutual defense agreement, where if I get invaded, I could probably send my army there to hide.
What? France joins the Soviet Union? They fully just joined the Warsaw Pact. Nah.
France is no longer by themselves, and we still control Corsica, meaning that they can declare war on me, which would then ignite a NATO-Warsaw Pact conflict. But it's fine, for now, okay? Everything is fine. They haven't shown any interest in actually getting Corsica back.
Once we get those divisions trained, our army will be 455,000. That's getting close to half a million. That's not bad. What does one get in 1950? Oh, helicopter. What does ASW stand for? Attack seated helicopter.
What? That doesn't even make any sense. Okay, anyway, it's time to get rid of these anti-fascist laws in our country. Towards the end of 1956, I was thinking about going towards an advanced education system, one that is better than a modern education system. It may cost an arm and a leg, but it will be worth it.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a long game because we haven't even started a war yet, and how many years has it been? Like 8?
But this is fine. It gives us plenty of time to build up our army and economy before anything serious starts. I have some good and bad news. What do you want first? Bad news. Okay, so the game kept crashing from here, and I had to go back to a save game. I had to play from a save from like 5 years ago back to this point. The good news is that everything is pretty much the same except for a few things.
Everything is pretty much the same as the playthrough you just saw. We still got the German Reich and all that, so that the whole history didn't change because I'm using the same save game. 600,000 men in the army. things are a lot better. I have enough influence in Switzerland to make them a dependent state. I have 5 times their GDP as well, but I'm going to do this until we switch to fascism or monarchy, so then they would switch to our ideology as well. Oh, this isn't the Warsaw Pact anymore, this is the Common Form.
I don't really know the difference, I don't think it makes a difference, but there's one thing, France is Maoist instead of Marxist-Leninist. Anyway, with all that out the way, it's time for the elections of 1958.
A 10% third position and monarchism support. There we go, we complete right-wing coalition, which should be all the way down here. Now, there's some things we can do here. It's nothing crazy, but once we finish this tree, and then when we hit 1960, things get crazy, okay? Look at the infrastructure I built here. This is 25%. Look at that. That's massive. For Cold War, Iron Curtain, man. Oh, France left the Soviet faction. They're just because they went Maoist, now they're just on their own, and they're friends with China.
So France have isolated themselves once again, meaning I'm no longer scared of them.
I can go to 55% tax rate. We actually get construction speed out of this as well. Oh my gosh, that is a ridiculously high tax rate. I would actually, leave the country if I had a 55% tax rate. But seek closer ties to NATO. Yeah, I don't plan on leaving NATO. NATO is very beneficial to us right now because it's protecting us from any hostile forces. If someone wants to attack me, then they're at the mercy of the entirety of NATO. However, in the future, maybe I'll leave because maybe I need to ally with German Reich. Because being in NATO makes you not want to change your ideology.
But for now, all we can do is just increase our military spending and build up a strong enough army so that when I do turn fascist, I would be ready. And next year would be 1960, where we get a new focus tree that is so crazy you would not believe.
We should have a new focus tree, and yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, so, bruh, this is bigger than our last one. This part looks like it's the generic tree, but then if you go over here, things start to get pretty interesting. The MSI regime. Well, there's a whole tree dedicated to the, oh my gosh, there are whole trees dedicated to the ideology of the regime. We got the PCI, this is the communist one. And then you got the MSI, which is the fascist one.
But we can't turn fascist straight away. Believe it or not, we actually have to convince people to vote us in.
Okay, ignore backlash. Okay, so this we actually legitimize them. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say convince people to vote us in? No, I meant we ignore them.
Ignore backlash. Done. Legitimize MSI.
You know what's funny? The laptop I'm playing on is an MSI. Anyway, the election is in 1963. That's right around the corner. But for now, I just focused on building up my industry, economy, and an army even more.
Legitimized. I can only do these 2 focuses. I'm locked out of the rest of my tree apart from the neutral part. I'll probably just go down I'll probably just go down industrial effort or something. Oh, look at this. We can go down and get oil here. And then there's all this military stuff.
And for 1961 and 62, I would do just that, finding myself a couple of research slots along the way. Oh, and I'm also influencing Tunisia because I feel like getting a foothold in Africa is very important.
Now this year we are going to have an election in April, and this election is going to be a very chaotic one because, well, we can become fascist once again. The trend of just building in the north and developing the north, ignoring the south, is very much alive with me, alright?
After doing another centre-right coalition, I was then able to empower the MSI, which would then allow us to make them the ruling party as long as I had over 40% MSI support. And now would be the absolutely perfect time to leave NATO. Getting rid of that 60% ideology drift defense would be very useful right now, but I forgot. Yep, I forgot to leave NATO.
I'm spending a lot of money on the army. It's $36 billion, so I'm okay with spending that, and I'm not spending any more.
However, I did something almost as good as leaving NATO. I dropped my media laws to state shareholder, because if you have state media, that actually increases your drift defense, so by lowering it, I would actually turn MSI more quicker. Turn MSI more quicker? I mean, turn fascist quicker. I had to wait all the way till next year to get over 40% support, so next year is when the fun begins.
There we go, the MSI regime bypassed. Completed. Heavy tank. Italian Social Republic. There we are, 3rd position. Who's this guy? Revolutionary. Political power gain, we lose stability. Communism support goes up. Alright, we have this new focus tree.
Now there's a lot of things we can do here, and it all revolves around reclaiming our empire. But first, what I wanted to do was get Tunisia as a puppet.
Alright, friends in the mafia. But now we have 500 political power. I can actually... Yeah, I can do it. Establish a dependent state. Alright, Tunisia. They officially our fascist puppet.
Tunisia is very useful because when we invade Libya, well, we don't have to do a naval invasion. Before I wanted to invade Libya, I wanted to take on Yugoslavia. I also created my faction, the Concordat. I don't know what that means or what that is, but it sounds cool.
Whoa, the Kingdom of Spain joined our faction. Oh, they just joined just like that? No way. I did ties with Portugal and Spain joined our faction. Okay, ties with Franco. Is this not going to bypass? Well,
I think that we're supposed to be able to invite Portugal into our faction, but I couldn't. It doesn't matter. They're not very strong.
I want to do a new Duce as well. So this guy, I don't know, Mussolini too becomes leader of the fascist party. These are mutually exclusive. Okay, so I also got to restore the monarchy. 15% stability.
It seems that the monarchy is a lot easier to get popularity for. Everyone is rallying to the king over the new Duce, so I guess we're going to go be monarchists for a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to do absolute monarchy. We get 15% monarchism support, 100 political power, and also, yeah, I think we just get way better party popularity if we go monarchy. We can actually probably rally the people behind the monarch other than just fascism, because we all know how that turned out like 20 years ago. Yeah, I think Yugoslavia is going to be first on my list. I want to take them out before anything crazy. And then probably Libya, and then we'll see about Spain. Me and Spain invading France. I think that's another option, but world tension is going to go through the roof.
So I demanded Istria from Yugoslavia, assuming that they would deny it, but they accepted it, so I just have to justify on them manually.
Okay. Oh, they said yes?
While I was waiting for the justification, I invaded Libya. I mean, it was like a warm-up, I guess. Spain also had some goals in Africa that they made very known to us.
Spain is justifying against Algeria. Well, don't you want to justify against maybe Morocco first?
I suppose not, but I can help them out against Algeria pretty easily from Tunisia.
Should be Libya done, and then I'm going to annex it. I'm not even going to set up a puppet state. They're just going to be annexed, okay? Because that's how things work around here. It's going to look sick on the map, I promise. Dude, that's going to cause so much that caused so much world tension. Oopsies, whatever, I don't care. This is what we have. The Kingdom of Italy now. World tension is at 100%.
I guess invading Algeria makes sense, because if they also invade Morocco, then our territory in Africa would be connected, and the only thing that would stop us from being connected in Europe would be France. What are we doing? We're banning the PCI, that's what we're doing. Oh, I want to invade Ethiopia, but I need to get enough influence in Somalia. They're at 71 now, we need 90. I have no land anywhere near Ethiopia, but I still retained some influence in Somalia, so if I continue to influence them, I can make them my puppet and therefore invade Ethiopia. Each time we've invaded Ethiopia, the atrocities have gotten worse, so I can't even imagine what this one will be. Anyway, as you can see, I'm invading Algeria pretty much unopposed, and I pretty much just give it all to Spain, pretty much.
Alright, there we go. Oh, everyone's gonna hate us. We are doing a bit too much.
All that is left to restore the Italian Empire is Ethiopia, Savoy in France, Yugoslavia, like Dalmatia, that area, Greece, Albania, and I think Malta, but I don't know if I can be bothered invading Malta. Except there was one problem. Britain was guaranteeing Ethiopia, and of course Britain is a part of NATO. Does this bring NATO into the war if I declare war on Ethiopia, who are not in NATO, but Britain are guaranteeing them?
If Britain guarantees Ethiopia, and I invade Ethiopia, Britain would declare war on me, thus not calling in NATO, right?
Well, I guess you guys are going to find out in a little bit, because right now we're invading Yugoslavia.
Oh, justification finished. They're not guaranteed by anyone. So let's go in on Yugo.
I set up 2 naval invasions onto the coast, and then obviously had my main army on the main front, and things were going well. I had quickly advanced with my main army up to where I had invaded, pulling off multiple encirclements on the way, eventually reaching Belgrade.
Get to Belgrade, there we go. What are they at? So close. Oh, this is the next capital. And then it'll be like Nice or something. There we go. Easy. Alright, now what am I going to do with this peace deal? This one, I'm not going to annex it all.
Unfortunately, the states in this mod are not very good. They make it very hard to make the border look decent. And I had spent so long just mulling over what I should annex and what I should puppet. Eventually, I came to this conclusion.
This is better. I think this is okay. I annexed like Bosnia, Croatia, yada yada, and then Serbia is its own thing. There we go. We got like a... Still Yugoslavia, but it's kind of...
Some might say that I annexed too much, but I am glad I annexed what I did because, well, you're going to see later in this video, things go crazy.
In the focus tree, but I can't demand Corsica because I've already got it. Won't it just bypass? It'll make Corsica... it'll make it a core, actually. I should focus on Ethiopia right now. And then that'll be Britain. And I'll fight Britain here. And I'll probably fight there. Oh, no, I won't fight their navy. Oh, that's true, there's Britain there. They still have Gibraltar. And they still got the Suez.
Fortunately, Britain is a dying force around the world, and the only places we're going to fight them is like in southern Africa and Gibraltar. Not even not even in Egypt, because they don't control Egypt.
Supply hub in the middle of the desert. Let's go. Supply hub in the middle of the desert. This, hopefully, I don't think this will put us at war with NATO, but I'm going to take that risk.
I completed the invade Ethiopia focus and crossed my fingers that NATO would not be involved. I had officially puppeted Somalia, and my invasion into Ethiopia was ready to go until, well, once I got my troops down there. I guarded every British front and hoped for the best.
Yeah, let's call allies. Go, go, go! Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we get it. Yada, yada, yada. Called them in. Have they called him in yet? Okay, they've called in. What? The Denmark. Oh! I'm at war with NATO!
No, this is a disaster. I mean, at least it puts us at war with Greece for us, because we need Greece. But Austria is on our border. Greece borders Serbia. Oh, this is a disaster.
Even if they're guaranteeing... Oh, that's so AIDS.
Fortunately, Germany and France left NATO, which made Austria pretty isolated and easy to invade.
Oh, there's that. You know, I'll just give that to... You know, the Austrian Democratic Republic can have it. I'm not dealing with that.
Also, my invasion into Ethiopia was going pretty well. I mean, I had to take every single victory point, which is annoying, but it went well.
Alright, there we go. Easy. Oh my gosh, we got Hoi 4. Guys, we got 1936. 1936.
The African front was not moving as expected. It's literally the Sahara Desert. This isn't even impassable terrain. It's all passable. The whole Sahara Desert in this mod. So yeah, the Greek front, I don't want to talk about the Greek. Actually, no, sorry, scratch that. I do want to talk about it. I put some divisions over there after capitulating Austria and took them out.
Come on, there we go.
And that was an easy annex, all right? I'm not going to puppet Greece, okay? There's no chance.
Okay, we can do some other things. Demand Corsica. Let's see what the French say to that. Corsica will become a core for us.
We already own Corsica, so in the likely event that it does nothing, I will just justify on them manually.
Uh-oh. That's not looking good. That's not... Okay, well, I'm going to roll through France, hopefully, and then I'll aid Spain on my way.
Unfortunately, that was a very optimistic approach. I'm not going to roll over France, and Spain are not as strong as you think. They're actually really weak.
Too easy, I bet you. Okay.
Oh yeah, I also set up this invasion, but half of the invasion got stuck in a naval battle and the other half didn't, so it got completely disjointed and they all died. This UK invasion into Spain is also becoming quite a problem, so I sent divisions over there to help.
Yeah, and Spain have had to withdraw all their troops here. But we're still doing okay.
The advance into France, it was minuscule, okay? The mountains were too hard to push through, I couldn't do anything.
Spain, I need you to be not acoustic. This is how Germany felt. It's like I'm the Germany of World War II, and Spain is the Italy of World War II right now. Spain is being acoustic. I can't deal with them.
I do not have naval supremacy, by the way. So I got invaded in Sicily, and thankfully it was only Sicily, so I could pretty much hold the bridging gap bit. But if I got invaded on my mainland, I would have been screwed.
Should be able to liberate. We are liberating Spain slowly but surely. America haven't joined the war.
And that's actually really surprised me. America have not joined the war, despite being in NATO. So maybe it wasn't a NATO thing. Maybe everyone was just guaranteeing Ethiopia and I didn't see. But I'm pretty sure it was just Britain.
Stop them from moving. There we go. And take this.
Technically, we have actually got all of the land off France that we need to restore the colonial empire, yada yada. Savoy, I'm pretty sure it's called Savoy, that's what it is in Hoi 4. But obviously, I'm not going to stop there. The whole of France needs to go. No matter what ideology, okay, France just needs to disappear. Yeah, this is so winnable. I reckon I just... Uh-oh. Okay, good. Oh yeah, I just press that button. We should be good to go. Yeah, look, it's winning. This is a problem, but we're holding here, okay? We just lost Sicily. I never developed Sicily anyway, so it's fine. And this will be dealt with very shortly. Attacking into France had gone quite well again, as I made some progress along the southern coast, trying to connect towards Spain. Look at our GDP, though. Look at this. Look at what I've done here. That must have been, like, our invasion of Yugoslavia or something. What in the world is that growth? But then I got a bit of a surprise. Remember when I said I was glad I annexed as much of land off Yugoslavia as I did? It's because of this. Why is my Serbian puppet? What happened? You can't do that. That was my puppet, and they didn't... There was no way. I'm still mad about this, by the way, so we're coming back for it later.
Starting, yeah, okay. I'm gonna hold these points in Africa, and then these guys are gonna go and help defend this tragedy that is happening here. This tragedy that has happened in Serbia as well. I cannot believe that. How did Yugoslavia not become my puppet anymore? That is such a pain, and they just joined.
Alright, that's enough complaining. While I was complaining, ignoring the world around me, I was getting invaded in Rome.
Uh-oh. I can't train? Dude, what am I... Oh my god. Okay, Bro actually managed to get into Rome.
However, I think Britain are running out of divisions, because when they invaded Rome, I looked back to Sicily, and I think they used those divisions to invade Rome. Sicily was completely open.
Okay, I kicked them out of my thing here, but they've really taken out a lot of Yugoslavia. We're getting divisions over there now somehow. I don't know how I survived that invasion. Okay, look, there's a bit more important events going in the world right now. Big mistake, mate. Wow, what a scary invasion that was.
And then I got an event. Right now we're the Kingdom of Italy, and we're run by a monarch, but then we can get a fascist coup, and that event happened right now.
The coup succeeds, and we get a duce. The coup fails, and he flees to Spain. Oh my god, we're gonna have the coup succeed. Oh! Coup success! We're fascist! We're still called the Kingdom of Italy, but we're fascist! I need to do a new empire though, and unfortunately I'll need to demand stuff from Switzerland, but I am not in a position to declare war on them right now.
And maybe I don't need to declare war on them. Remember when I said I was influencing them? Well, finally I have enough influence and GDP. I always had enough GDP and influence, I just didn't do it because I wanted a way, but now I have enough political power to actually puppet them. I started invading France, where I pulled off this encirclement, connecting my army with Spain. After this, it was only a matter of time. I worked my way up the west coast, entered Paris, and any other victory points that I needed to capitulate them.
That'll actually be it, yeah. What? There we finally. Oh, what do we do? It's just the mainland, right? There's no overseas territories they've got. Oh, they've got that, and that's it. Alright, there we go. We got third position France. I've created a puppet and I just annexed the south. It doesn't look the best, I know, okay. This mod is not good with states. I would have just annexed up to this river, but there's the river goes in between the states, so then it would just look like this. This border is awful, I don't like it.
All I have left to do in my focus tree is demand that little bit of Switzerland, which would be impossible for them to say no to, considering I just made them my puppet.
I'm still fighting in the Benelux. That'll be easy.
I forgot about that, but I capitulated Luxembourg first, and I didn't want to give it to France, so I puppeted Luxembourg, and then I just decided to give all of the lowlands to Luxembourg. So we have the Luxembourgian Empire, which is just the Benelux now.
Oh, that's so amazing. That is actually amazing. Okay, where am I? Oh, yeah. Alright, what does Switzerland say? They gotta say yes. Oh, they did. Alright, do you know what that means? We have a very cool focus that has opened up in our tree. It's actually a really cool focus. It's called the New Empire, and we get a bunch of claims. Malta is claimed, a bunch of things is claimed. It will be known as the Roman Empire. I hope our flag changes or something.
I was also invading Britain during this time, and which was pretty easy because I took the French Navy. In Britain, once you land, they're absolutely no issue.
Alright, there we go. Roman Empire. There's a flag. He doesn't have a halo around his head, but that's fine. Oh my god, it's Perth. Oh my god, it's Perth. This is where I'm from, guys. Guys, I'm from Perth, totally. And there we go. Very nice.
Now that we're the Roman Empire, I found it fitting that I annexed England and puppeted Scotland. If I'd known that we could be the Roman Empire when I invaded France, I would have just annexed all of France. I didn't know that we could actually become the Roman Empire until that focus.
War with Australia, Canada, bro, as if that isn't part of the peace deal. Oh, NATO is so AIDS to fight because there's no major of their faction, so every irrelevant state doesn't capitulate with the majors. Oh.
However, we're not done. I said I would restore the Italian colonial empire, and we don't have Albania. Not to mention, I need to get my revenge on Serbia for switching sides, so we're declaring war on the Warsaw Pact.
Roman Empire versus Soviet Union. You'd never think you've seen this. This is like something out of like those crazy crossovers you see in Marvel or DC where it's like Batman versus Superman. They've got nothing to do with one another, but for some reason there's a crossover episode. This is that crossover episode, okay? The Roman Empire versus the Soviet Union. You'd never believe this. What is going on, man? Okay, anyway, see you next year.
In Greece, I made a defensive line because there was no way I was pushing up through those mountains. I've also been working on nukes, so the Soviet Union doesn't have an advantage over me with nuclear weapons, with the main front stretching all the way from Albania to the top of Hungary.
Potential enemies, the Syrian Arab Republic. They're guaranteeing the Soviet Union. Oh, guys. The Syrian Arab Republic is guaranteeing the Soviet Union. Better watch out. Oh, Bulgaria, Poland, East Germany, Hungary, Romania. Okay, now we're at war with the entire thing. They've got no divisions there. Look at this. Look how weak this is right here. Oh. Oh, Anglo-French. Oh, this. Oh, no, this one. Oh, this one capitulated. Oh, this was all mine. Should give Spain some land. They really did hold out. They really did hold out. They really did. You know, I should really give them some land. I really should. I really should give them some land. They did a lot. Yeah. Anyway,
I was making my way towards Budapest and Belgrade, advancing initially, but then the Soviets beefed up their defenses and started pushing me back.
We've been encircled. Problem. Never mind, we got out.
I got encircled in Greece though. That's not good.
Oh, we got Anglo-French West Africa. Okay. I'm annexing. Again, I should really give some land to Spain. I'm just kidding. I'm actually going to give land to Spain. That, okay. I can roll with that straight line. And then my turn, I will grab the rest. Done. How many divisions does Spain have? 17. You'd think they would have started mobilizing.
However, I was able to capitulate Albania, which then connected my army in Greece to the rest of my main army.
Oh, nice. Okay, I have connected this front.
From here, I was able to push out quite a bit in Greece into Macedonia. And that's about it. For now, it's still a stalemate. We're pretty much equally matched.
Casualty check. You know, they've taken way more. Wait, I'm at war with... Oh yeah, I'm at war with all these guys.
However, I pulled off something in Hungary that completely tipped the scales in our favour.
There we go. And then this one here.
Not only was that a decent encirclement, but then the entire rest of northern Hungary was open.
I can get into Czechoslovakia here. I can then get into Poland, East Germany. Okay.
And that is exactly what I did. I marched straight into Czechoslovakia, taking Bratislava first. I was then able to come back down along the river and encircle another huge portion of their army.
Budapest is ours. Oh, we capitulated Hungary. Oh yeah, I risked it and it was good. Yep. Cool.
I might as well make a montage of encirclements for the rest of this war. I'm doing so many. I pulled off so many encirclements that the Soviet division count went from like over 100 to this.
They have 53 maximum, the Soviet Union. We've given them so many casualties.
One thing I've noticed about this mod is that the AI is not very good at replacing divisions. Once it takes casualties or gets encircled, it doesn't replace them, so it just goes down. Anyway, I started fiddling around with the nuclear menu. I had been building nuclear weapons for a while now, and I really wanted to use them.
SSR. Oh my god. I can do it.
Unfortunately, I couldn't. I actually need to research the whole rocketry tree to get IRBMs and ICBMs to be able to reach the cities in the Soviet Union. So it's still going to be a while, but don't worry, I use them.
Karl Marx stat. Okay. Imagine living in a city called that. That's awful. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. Where do you live? Oh, Karl Marx. There we go. GDR's done. Oh man, this is fun.
I mean, I'm rolling through the Warsaw Pact like it's nothing at this point. They've taken so many casualties, and next is Poland, and then after that, there'll be no more puppet states left, and I can take on the Soviet Union.
Alright, there goes Poland. Okay, how many do they have now? 15 to 21 divisions. We've done all this on limited conscription. I have not gone to extensive at all. I'm in limited conscription this entire time. Bruh, bro, it's gone off. It's gone off the chart. No, look at that. Look how spaced out the dots are. That's how far up it's gone.
Much like that GDP graph, my nuclear stockpile has been growing ever larger. So next year, be prepared to launch some nukes.
One, USSR, yes. Moscow, good. Authorize.
There's like a whole process you gotta do to launch nukes in this game. The first step is to decide if you're just gonna attack their capital or every city they have. Then you gotta select the country you're attacking and see what's in range, and obviously we have Moscow in range. Then you gotta authorize it, which allows you to turn these keys. And after you've turned those keys twice on each side, you can press the button, which would then initiate the launch. Oh! Oh! You know, that was really fun, so I decided to nuke a few more cities.
Oh, what does that do to them? Like, obviously, like, what effects does that have?
I did the maximum stage one, which pretty much nuked every city in range. For some reason, their war support didn't drop that much, so I don't know what effect it actually has, apart from just looking cool, and they didn't launch any back. I don't know why. They must have just given up, accepted their fate, because they've got no divisions left, and the next thing you know, they were capitulating.
Finally. Jeez, I had to take, like, every victory point. It's not even funny. Now what do I do?
For the peace deal, the first thing I did was give Germany all of its former territory that I could. I annexed Serbia and puppeted the rest of the puppet states. I annexed Bulgaria, actually, and then I puppeted the Baltics and, you know, like Ukraine and Belarus, and did the same thing to Russia.
Not that cool, really. I just puppeted the Russian Empire. They still have the Soviet flag.
Yeah, I don't know why they have the Soviet flag still. The hammer and sickle doesn't really symbolize their type of government anymore. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.